Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality, yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Spirituality. Oh, now we get real. Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Real good. That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Reality Spirituality on Super Bowl Sunday. Woo-hoo! You know, if you've listened to the show, you know I'm a big football fan. And, of course, my team, if I tell you my team, I don't know if you've listened, but if I tell you my team, you know, some people like it, some people don't. But it's so interesting how there was a reaction. I'm going to talk about myself. There was a reaction to having a reaction to what other people think. I mean, I'm looking at my team is the New England Patriots, and they're, you know, they got the best coach in the history of football. They have the best quarterback in the history of football. And I can't get over that some people don't like that some people want them to lose, that just because they've won all these championships, people want them to lose. I mean, I'm putting a judgment. I'm already putting a judgment on other people not wanting my team to lose or win based on because they're so good. Let me tell you something. This life, well, let me just introduce myself. Rebecca Norrington, happiness specialist. This life is a roller coaster, people. And when I say I'm a happiness specialist, what I believe I was destined to discover is really what is the truth, what is the purpose, what is the meaning of this life. And I've been looking for this happiness, wanting happiness for, I don't know, decades now. I mean, who doesn't want to be happier? Who doesn't want to be happier? And I found out, and I'm learning more every day, force-fed every day, that what's really the purpose is to awaken to the truth about this journey and about this life, the truth be awake. Some people say enlightening, words are very limiting. Awakened, the truth, enlightened. What is the purpose? And my purpose right now is to be awake. Is to be awake. And what does that mean? That means that for me, the most important thing is my vibration in any moment. My vibration. And my vibration is my vibration for me is to feel relaxed, to feel at peace, to feel content, feel satisfied in all the moments. At least that was my purpose yesterday. And what I've come to discover just since yesterday, I'm going to have a guest on the show, Nathan Norrington. And he was asking some questions, really good questions. And he always asks me these deep life questions, and it always starts a spark. And we were talking about feeling grateful because, listen, I get into that vibration of gratitude, and I can sit and look at where I am, where I'm living, looking out into a forest, listening to a creek, And I can get there and I can start crying and feeling so connected to the universe and feeling so in tune and feeling just so, the word is connected, feeling I am the universe. And I got to say that there are times when I don't. I don't feel grateful. I don't look out. I mean, how could I live in a spot where I look out at every window and I see trees? I walk out of the door and there's just fresh air. I hear a creek. I mean, it's nature all over, nature surrounding me. And how can I not have that feeling all the time? Or how can I take that for granted? That's really what I want to say. Take it for granted. And I was really feeling, I don't want to say bad about myself, but I said, okay, you need to practice gratitude. You practice everything else. It's a practice. Life is a practice. Listen, I already. This is one of my openings of the show. It's not your circumstances. It's not the relationship you do or do not have. It's not who won the election or the price of gas. It's not your health or the aches and pains in life. It's not money. It's not how you look or how much you weigh. It's not your children. It's not your parents. Your happiness depends on what you practice. I mean, I've been on this practice thing forever. Practice. And then I say, you want to feel different? Change your perspective. Practice changing your perspective. Well, that is true. You know, I can change my perspective. I can practice changing my perspective. But the real truth for me is, in this moment, on this day, is a vibration of acceptance of it all. So what I did yesterday, I said, well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start practicing. I practice everything else. I'm going to start practicing having more gratitude. You know, the last couple of days I've been meditating. I've just been sitting still for 20 minutes twice a day. And I've done it for 2 days now. And, you know, I'm like, well, okay, it feels good. Yeah, right, I have to do that. But what if I don't? What if I miss a day? What if I miss a week? What if I just do it for 2 days and then that's it? What, am I going to feel bad about that? So it's more than what I'm trying to say is this practice. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself because of this programming that I'm telling you, it's just so ingrained. It's so ingrained. Let me get back to this gratitude thing. So I said, I'm going to practice. The number to call in is area code 646-564-9619. Again, area code 646-564-9619. If you want to come on live, just press the number 1. So I said, I got a great idea. I'm going to practice having more gratitude. Well, let's see, how do I do that? How do I practice having more gratitude? Well, when I say gratitude, I'm not talking about the gratitude for the things I have. I'm talking about gratitude for my consciousness, gratitude for my vibration, gratitude for my growth, gratitude for, a whole list. So I'm thinking, okay, I have to practice having more gratitude. In reality, that word gratitude, that's not a universal word. That's a man-made word. The universe doesn't know anything about feeling grateful. I mean, I can feel how I feel when I'm in that state. But the universe doesn't ask me to be grateful. The universe doesn't ask me to feel grateful for anything. It's another programming, this thing about being grateful. Now, listen, I'm not telling you that feeling grateful doesn't feel good or doesn't feel, connected. But the pressure that I keep putting on myself that it's not enough what I'm doing right now and not accepting who I am right now and what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. I'm telling you, the truth is, sometimes I feel grateful, and sometimes I don't. Period. Now, what happens is when I put a judgment on myself for not feeling grateful, the issue, and the judgment comes from a programming. Oh, I have Nathan on the line. Nathan, welcome to Reality Spirituality. Welcome, Nathan. Welcome.
What's up? Welcome.
Hi.
Hey.
So anyway, what do you have any comments on what I was just saying?
Yeah. Okay. So you're talking about grateful, feeling good, but then and wanting to feel that, because you're talking about our vibration, but then this sort of pressure to, it's like pressure to get there, pressure to practice it, pressure to get wherever you are to get there. And something about that is not feeling, something about that is not clicking.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm up here, some of the points I have or some of the things that I was thinking about yesterday, we talked about, anyway, just some of our topics, it's just all kind of going back to the vibration, or we always talk about going back to the vibration, or you said on this show too, it just goes back to my vibration. And if I'm feeling bad about trying to feel good, I'm still feeling bad. It doesn't matter if I'm trying to feel grateful or not. I feel something's off. So, and I just want to throw this in too, because you brought up your meditation, and I have a really cool thing with meditation too, is the meditation to feel something after the meditation is going to be effed up too. It's like we meditate for the vibe of doing it, not for what it's going to give us, which really works for me, because I'm thinking like, if I'm stressed, I got to sit down and meditate, I'm going to feel better. But afterwards, but it's like, maybe I can just enjoy or appreciate or accept however I'm feeling actually doing it. And there is a little bit of joy in just sitting down and not talking and not having anything to do. That's cool in itself. Because you talked about what your meditations felt a little different. One of them felt this way, and then this one feels this way.
Well, I'm going to have to I'm going to have to be very honest, because I tried to meditate before, and the title is TM, Transcendental Meditation, and I was listening to Jerry Seinfeld. He was doing an interview, and he's been doing it for 40 years, Transcendental Meditation, and the way he explained it was, and it's nothing to, what it is just like it's just like drinking water. Your body needs water. And so your mind just needs to to rest for 20 minutes. So all I'm doing is just giving my mind a rest for 20 minutes, and that's it, whether I feel a different way or not. I just like the way he described it, that you're just giving your body a rest, and listen, and I just, not your body. Oh, well, he says that your body and your mind are the same, which is an interesting concept. Yeah, he said it's the same. He says your body and your mind. He says the same thing, body, mind, same thing. And he says I'm just giving my body, mind a rest throughout the day. And I don't know, it just clicked with me that sounds like that would be a nice little gift to just sit down for 20 minutes. I could do that. I mean, I'm retired now. I could do that. So I do it for no reason other than just to give myself a rest, or just to have a nice glass of water if I'm feeling dehydrated, that kind of thing. I'm just trying it out.
That. That's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you
go
ahead.
No,
you go ahead.
No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. I was just saying, for me, I just know that, sometimes it feels like it clicks and sometimes it doesn't, so I can get into the zone of, oh, this one was better. Or, I mean, if we're talking about a glass of water, which I really like that analogy, sometimes it feels like, well, this glass of water didn't work, or this glass of water, I still feel thirsty. And this glass of water, I feel, I don't feel thirsty anymore. Or maybe the water's different. I'm judging the water. So I like that.
Goddamn judgments.
Yeah.
Are you on a speakerphone?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's a little you can kind of tell, but that's okay. I mean, it's all right. But I'm just saying it's a little bit different. You just sound a little different. But anyway, let's go on with the show.
I'll go off speakerphone and let me know how that sounds.
Okay. Testing.
Testing. Off speakerphone. Testing 1.
Oh yeah, you sound a lot clearer. How do I sound?
You sound horrible.
Oh my God, I love it.
Catching you off guard is fun.
I know, that was a good one. He always gets me when I'm not looking. Bam.
Yeah.
I love it. But okay, so what are some of the topics? Because I really want to get away from this programming for me about judging myself and criticizing. I mean, it just comes down to my judgments about everything.
Right. It doesn't even matter what it necessarily is.
Yeah. And yesterday, have you heard of this show? It's called Alaska Life Below Zero. It's not Alaska, but it's Life Below Zero, about these people that live in Alaska.
I do not know that.
And these people are all they live by themselves in these huts, in these the cabins that they build, and not even cabins. They're just houses that they've built. They grow their own vegetables. I mean, they have to. And they go hunting for food. They're self-sufficient, self-sustaining. I mean, I'm looking at these. There are about 4 of them, and this one guy, he keeps himself in shape because he's got to go hunting during the summer to store food for the winter. So he runs across mountains. He swims across a lake to get a raft, and then he blows up. I mean, I'm exhausted, but he said this is better than any gym, and they're eating food, and he was talking about this is better than any farm-fed chicken or grass-grown chicken. I mean, they're fresh salmon. I saw this guy catch a salmon, cut it up, and cook it right there. And I'm thinking, these people don't have my programming. And these people, I mean, they just seem so content in where they were, because I wouldn't want to do that. I couldn't. No, thank you. But there's so many different programmings. I mean, it's really getting down to what is the programming. What have I been programmed to believe? What have I been programmed to think? I mean, they hunt and kill for their food. They have to. That's how they choose to live. I've been programmed not to kill anything. I don't know. It's just a lot. Your thoughts?
Well, it's funny that you say your thoughts, because now I'm thinking you were talking about judgments, and we're not even really talking about specific judgments anymore, but is that what we're talking about when you say judgments, is the thoughts? Or what is that voice? Or what is that? Yeah, exactly.
Uh-oh. Damn.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You see why I love having this Nathan on the show? Scratch that. Bad question. Irrelevant
if there is
question.
A such thing.
Okay.
Now, yeah, go ahead.
Yes. No, go. You go ahead.
I hate to bring the word of the day into the conversation, but that I do see levels, and I do see gratitude as a level, and I do see neutrality as a level. And if I am not in a state of, gratitude, I'm just feeling off or whatever, and I'm trying to be grateful, it's like I can't even make the jump because there's nothing for me to be grateful for. I don't see anything I like. If I'm upset and I'm worried, nothing's nice. No, the sun's shining. Well, that's great. That's really nice. I don't care about the sun shining right now. I can't feel grateful from where I'm at. So I would make the jump from wherever I'm at to neutrality. And that does sound nice, and it sounds doable too, or at least a step towards neutrality. And I do think meditations or something like it, I mean, that word is kind of loaded, sitting down and breathing or whatever that is. It doesn't have to be that necessarily, but I do like the feeling for me of I'm not grateful. I can feel that because you said sometimes you feel so grateful, and I know when I'm feeling grateful too. And I know kind of when I'm not, and moving towards a release of all of it for a little bit. Maybe I just need some water, some metaphoric water, just to release all of it for a little bit. And something that I really like that Abraham says, this is one of my actual favorite things that Abraham says, is that we just have to let go of whatever is blocking and let go of that resistance. We don't have to push forward. We just have to release. And that's what Abraham says that meditating does, or sleeping, or a nap, or focusing on a butterfly, or focusing on anything neutral is still going to lead us towards all that positive vibe place. Just because we're getting out of the way. And then judgment.
I love that word, neutral. That word is really,
I love that word. Yeah, you said it yesterday, or we talked a little yesterday with the neutral. You said the same thing. You really like that neutral word. I like it too.
Okay. So here we go.
I do think
you
that
ready?
Grateful. I'll just throw one more thing out.
Go.
Just because the word is so interesting. I do think grateful is a man-made kind of theme, and I also think that it's a gift to be grateful. I don't know if the universe can feel the vibe of gratitude, but the fact that we are here and we can, that's really cool. I mean, it's part of being man. It's like I can be grateful for the flower. I can be grateful for whatever's going on. And this is not something I could do out of physical form. Physical form, I believe, is more on the neutral side. But that's kind of like a theory, but that's all I want to say, because we've talked about that word gratitude a lot over the last few years, or how we feel about that.
Okay. Excuse me, but that was brilliant. No. Go. I mean, yeah. Okay. The physical form, and because you've said this a lot about, well, we're human. I'm human. And what you're saying is that one of the gifts, and I'm getting chills, one of the gifts of being human is to feel that feeling. can I ask this? What about the other feelings? It's the same.
It is the same. Then you I know, because as soon as you said feel, I was like, oh shit, because feeling means feeling everything.
Everything.
So I guess that's got to be a gift too. It just is a little messed up because that other side feels. I don't even know. I don't even have a word. I want to say it's bad, or I want to say uncomfortable, but
how
I don't want to use
fucked
too.
Up?
I mean, that's what I want to say. Because
Go ahead.
That's what it feels like. But I don't want to talk about it too much like that, because then one's good and one's bad. You know, because, and I told this to a girl yesterday. I walked into one of my friends talking to a girl I had never met, and she was crying. I mean, she was like in the crying mode, and I walked right into it, unbeknownst to me. And, you know, like going through something.
Then what happened?
Exactly. So I was already on a really connected vibe, so I felt like I could hold that space. I mean, I felt kind of cool, so we kind of all just jammed together. And throughout, I told her, you know, I have a envious feeling when I see people emote or cry like that. I think it's so cool because I know I have that peace inside of me, and I just called it sadness for the sake of calling it something. But that peace in me, and to be able to share that I like that. And I want to share that too, just because that's in me too all the time. Little pieces floating around. So it's like a joy in the sadness, what? Or I just thought it was cool of her or of anyone to be able to share that.
So now we come back to the question, feeling good versus feeling bad. Or sad. And it's the feelings are just, how about the new, but I was taught that this feeling is bad because this happens, that happens, or program, then I feel bad. I mean, just putting a label and a judgment on it, on the feeling, is a program, right?
You know, okay, now putting a label on it maybe is not the program. The program is thinking that what's happening on the outside is giving us that feeling. Maybe that's the program. I'm feeling up, down, all around anyways. I mean, whether I'm with people, whether I'm not with people, whether I'm in the jacuzzi, not in the jacuzzi. I told you when I did that retreat, I'm all by myself. I'm in nature. The sun's setting. Nobody's around to bother me. I'm still upset. Why am I upset? Why am I upset? Oh, the flies. Oh, I'll put it on the flies. I'll put it on this. I mean, it's like I can't escape the fact that I'm a human or being, not even human, just a being that rides this wave of emotions. That roller coaster is not stopping. The roller coaster is going to keep going, and I don't know if it's dipping or turning or twisting or going upside down, but I'm on the ride, and I'm not going to be on the ride forever, at least the physical ride. So, you know, there is something cool about people that do roller coasters because it's like they're into the ride of the roller coaster. And or people that see scary movies, I'm like, you want to see this? You want sad movies? You want to see the sad movie? And it's like, well, yeah, I want to feel what's there to be felt. And one of the cool things I like about balance is that I'll see a sad movie too. I'm not going to see 7 sad movies in 7 days. But I'll see one sad movie, I'll see one happy movie, I'll see one action movie. So I just use the word balance because I do get into the good and bad labels. Well, seeing a sad movie's bad. Well, seeing a sad movie's not bad if you haven't seen a sad movie in a month. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's kind of cool.
For you.
Yeah. For me.
Yeah. And I'm gonna just say something, because there are certain things that I'm just not interested in. It's amazing to me how different everybody is. I'm just not interested. I don't care. I don't need to see. I'm just not interested. And so, no, it's just not my thing. It doesn't fit me. It doesn't suit. It's just not my thing. But yeah, and so, you know, one of the things that I am, you know, we talked a little bit on the phone, and I came to yesterday is there's a story about in the Bible, and you know, we talk about the Bible. Let me tell everybody, it's not about religion, Catholics, Christians, Baptists, you know, Muslims. It doesn't matter. They're great stories. They're great stories. They're great stories to teach. And I have an interpretation, and I interpret the Bible differently than anybody else. But anyway, there's a story in the Bible about Jesus going off for 40 days and 40 nights. And he goes off by himself in the wilderness, and supposedly he gets tempted by, quote, unquote, the devil, Satan. And the devil, in the Bible, the devil says, you know, come with me, and I'll give you all the riches. I'll give you an army. I'll give you whatever you want if you follow me. You follow me. And so for 40 days and 40 nights, you know, Jesus is wrestling back and forth with his devil. And so it's taught that the devil and Jesus are separate. But in reality, they're the same. So what I want to say is, I am everything. I am dead. I am alive. I'm sick. I'm well. I'm happy. I'm sad. I have cancer. I'm healed. I'm everything. I'm grateful I'm not. So there's no separateness. There's no separateness out there.
So
it's something new that I'm just coming up with. But to separate myself from everything out there, I am all of it.
You would eat green eggs on a boat?
I'm all of it, yes.
You would eat green eggs on a train?
Yes.
You would eat green eggs standing on your head?
Yes. It's crazy, Nathan.
Mhm.
And the acceptance that I am all, the acceptance that I am everything. We talked about being great yesterday. I want everybody to know I'm great. And then, you know, I hit myself with, I love when I hit myself in the head. Well, if you really thought you were great, you wouldn't have to be great. And so this really acceptance of everything I am, all of it. And, you know, you talked about Abraham. One thing Abraham says is that I, you know, chose to come back. I mean, I signed off. Oh, I wanted this. I signed off. And I remember when we went to that one talk with Esther, And she says, hey, the animal that gets eaten, he chose to come back. He chose to get eaten by another animal. Now, I wouldn't want to experience it, but this animal wanted to experience it. So all of these things that I'm experiencing, this is what my belief is, that it is something I signed off on, and I'm finding fault with what I signed off on, finding judgments about it, or finding that it's not. My eyes see something differently, and finding dissatisfaction in what I signed off on. And when I say myself, I'm not talking about my body. I'm talking about my consciousness, because I'm not this body. Am I this body? Am I this body? No, I'm not. I'm not this body. I'm in the body. I'm using the body. I get a lot of, I feel with the body. But I'm not the body. And this thing about time and the future and the past, I was looking at another planet, those planet Earth things. And, if you're on Earth and you're looking at Jupiter, you're looking into the past. Because things that happen on Jupiter have already happened when I'm looking at it. It's like the stars that have exploded in the universe, and the light just comes to us 4 years later. That light is the past. And if I'm on Jupiter, I'm looking at the Earth, that's the future. So this time is another illusion. I'm in the past. I'm in the future. I don't know. I'm a nut. Yeah, exactly. There is no future and past in the universe. When a star explodes, we don't see it. Listen, when the sun comes up, when something explodes on the sun, we don't see it in real time. We see it 5 hours, 10, I don't know the scientific thing, but we see it hours later. We don't see it when it's happening. What is this time thing? Help! Nathan, help!
Well, stop trying to do science. That's my first piece of advice. Looking on Jupiter 5 hours. What? No, but I like that. I like that. No past and no future, and what is time? And I mean, yeah. What?
You know that. You know that when the light that we see from stars aren't. I mean, there's light years away.
That is crazy. I mean, the sun, yeah, or maybe not even the sun, but yeah, stars. All the stars are really, really far away. Which to me, I think is kind of incredible that our eyes can see that far away. I mean, something that's really like unimaginably far as as distance, and then we're looking up and seeing.
But do you get what I'm saying about when the sun has an explosion on it? We don't see that in real time. We don't see it when it's happening.
Yeah, so what's your point?
My point is there's no such thing as time.
Mhm. How does that feel?
A little shaky.
I'm a little shaky.
Well, it's Well, I grew up with, I'm wasting time and future and future.
Wasting time. Right.
The whole is a wasting time thing. Wasting time is, I'm done with that.
Well,
but, I'm not done with it. No, let me be honest. I'm not done with it. But if I really know and believe and feel, energy doesn't die. I mean, what time? This is a speck. This isn't even a grain of sand. This is just a speck of a speck.
I mean, our time in these bodies, that is very real. That's one of the few real things that I do know about, that I really can't say for certain, even more than my energy. That is
true.
For sure. And that's a man-made thing
I'm in
too.
The body.
Yeah. Mhm.
Let me ask you were going to talk about small talk.
Yeah. So I got a small talk message yesterday too.
Oh.
So I had seen I saw a show. I went by myself.
Well, let me set it up. So I was talking about things that annoy me about people, and of course I have to say I'm small talk too. If I'm everything, I'm small talk. So okay, thanks. But I was talking about things that annoy me, and the small talk things are just programmed. Hi, how are you? Oh, I went into Marshall's yesterday, and I know the questions. Hi, did you find everything you liked? Yes. Would you like to use your TJ Maxx card? Use 5% off. Are you going to pay that with your TJ? Are you going to pay that with cash or TJ? I mean, there's at least 5 questions, and then finally after the third question, I was just quiet, but my vibration was all.
Right. The vibe. Mhm.
Yeah. So the small talk, program talk for me is the same thing. So let's talk about small talk. I set it up.
I like that. Yeah, so we're talking about small talk. Yeah, okay. Where do I start this? I guess I'll start with my platform about small talk, my new platform about small talk. My old platform, to say it short and sweet, was that small talk is annoying and a waste of time. We were talking about time. That was my old platform. My new platform is small talk is a way to connect. And a little note on that is I'm paying less attention to what's actually being said and just the connection that's being made. And the connection within myself, whatever vibe is going on with me. Because I'm here listening to your show, and then sometimes I feel I go through waves even on your show. And being connected to what's going on with me in the moment feels good, feels right, rather than, oh, she just talked about this, and then now we're talking about this, and I'm listening to her tell a story about this, and it feels good to be connected to my vibe. My short story, I have a couple short stories, but yesterday I went to see a show by myself, so there was only one empty seat, and I sat in the empty seat next to someone I don't know, and we had started talking, and then we were doing the what do you do, this and that, how do you know anyone in the show? I mean, you could label as small talk, but we got into it a little bit about why we're doing what we're doing, what the jobs we're in, and he brought up the fact that he doesn't think he's good at small talk. He says this, and this is after you and me talked yesterday. He says, I don't think I'm good at small talk, and I almost fell over in my seat. I said, you said good at what? I said, I was just talking about this earlier. And so I kind of got really, really excited because I didn't even know where to start with him. But basically I just said what I said to you, was that I told him, I don't think I'm good at small talk either. And I do think small talk is a way to connect. And the other thing I said was, small talk is a way to connect. And, I don't know. I guess it's, I said I'm leaning into small talk right now. And he kind of looked at me like, what does that mean? But for me, I know what it means for me, which is I'm just leaning into it. And I could have sat there and not talked at all, but we had like 15 minutes before the show starts. He's sitting there, I'm sitting here, and it felt good. It was a little. What's the word you said earlier? Shaky. Felt a little shaky, but my overall vibe felt pretty good. And I am leaning into small talk because I'm curious. I just have one more really short story because this something is about connecting. But I met these two cool people after the show, like really cool, and we vibed right away. It was two of them. They were like best friends, and we were talking about eye contact and looking at people when we're talking and connecting with them, and how the outer body and even what we're even talking about starts to fade away when we have that real connection with someone, when we're looking in their eyes and we're just kind of there universally, whatever. Sometimes people say you see the eyes of God, you see any of that connection. You stop listening to the person. You almost start to hear their spirit talk. And you're kind of giving each other messages from the universe, and it kind of comes back to that eye contact. I just thought that was really interesting because if I'm doing that, does it even matter what I'm talking about? If it's small talk or deep talk or funny talk or emotional talk, does it matter if I have that deep connection with myself at that time? And using someone else to help find that in myself. And now I'm done.
I sure do hate it when you walk up a little bit more levels than me in certain areas.
I know. Well, you talked about the small talk, our difference in the small talk field. So,
well, you said a couple really. I took notes, and one of the things that you said is my old platform versus my new platform. I mean, that is really huge, just to be able to recognize and say that my old platform, because it's really, I think it's really big to be open to new platforms, just to be open to all of it, old platform, new platform, and then your platform maybe change in another week or another month, but just to be open enough to jump from one platform to another platform is big.
I'm into that.
And
like
then
that
and then you said, the connecting. So I have a question. Okay, so this is a real question to you. Okay, so I'm in Marshall's and I know the lines. I mean, come on, I know the questions. I mean, there's at least 5 of them, and I call them robots. Because they have to, because that's part of their job. And how do I connect? Still not acceptance.
This is so good, though. Yeah, keep going. This is so good.
Yeah, how do I connect, like you just said, which is a totally different level? Because it seems like I'm just on the surface. Deeply with those,
those questions, yeah.
Yeah.
This is so good. Well, I guess when I say connect, let's just set this up first, is that one level of connection is with ourselves, and there's a different kind of connection with another being, or maybe not even another being, maybe just something else. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a human, I don't think, or even an animal or something living. I'll just say connecting with something else. So I think there's two different types. And a connection with something else does go both ways. There's no such thing as I'm connected to you and you're not connected to me. It's a link. It means you're two things. And if one side isn't into connecting, if one person's got their hook out and the fish is swimming and you send your hook in, you don't catch a fish by the hook hooking but the fish not hooking. You have to have the fish hook and the hook to the fish. And if you're right, and if someone's in robot land and not have their hook out, then that's just what they are doing. And I was feeling so, yesterday was a very cool day as far as energy and thoughts. It was cool. We talked yesterday. You said you had all these things too. I had things in the morning. I went down to do laundry. So I'm feeling good, right? Basically, I'm feeling good. I don't really talk to the people in my building that much. Or if I pass them, it's kind of a New York thing too. You don't really say hi to people. But I'm feeling good doing laundry. Someone that comes down, I don't know them. Hey, how are you? Good morning. I say this. Good morning. And I think they may have glanced at me. I mean, really quick, if that. But other than that, it was no eye contact from them. It wasn't really an acknowledgement. It was like, good morning. 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 Under their breath a little bit. And so I felt good doing that for me. I did have a little moment of how I set my hook out and they didn't set their hook out like I wanted them to. But I kind of swerved over that real quick because I was feeling so connected in myself that it didn't really bring me down. But I did have a whoop, like a little moment. And that TJ Maxx stuff, I mean, when I go to Trader Joe's, I don't know how they hire these employees, but they're all, not all of them, but usually they're always ready for conversation. And usually I'm always in a sour mood at Trader Joe's. You know how you say at the bank, honey, I don't know what it is. I'm sour. I'm shopping. There's a lot of people. I got things to do. People are in my way. I'm always sour. And every time I get to the line and how are you? What's going on today? I mean, it breaks me almost every single time because it's like they're putting their hook out, and even so sometimes I don't want to put my hook out. It just ends up happening. And then I walk out and I can't believe it. I'm like, I can't believe I feel better after this stranger talking to me. And I've had long conversations with these cashiers. And I just think it's so funny. It's happened enough times to where I notice it, to that connection and me putting my hook out too. Something changes. Something changes. There was one time
No, go.
It's just really quick, but there was one time not only was I in a bad mood, but I was sick too. So I was just not feeling good. And this one woman, I come up, hello, paper, paper, please, or whatever it said. And then she says, how you doing today? And I said, not good. I said, I'm not doing good. You asked me, I'm in a bad mood. I don't feel good. I'm sneezing. And she says, oh, and I kind of put it on more on my sickness rather than my bad mood. So I said, well, I'm just, I'm under the weather today, under the weather. And yeah, and then this one brought me back too. It's really annoying, but they do it every time. And I'll just do one more example. There was one time where I kind of was feeling cool, but they were just kind of doing their job, and she was going fast, bagging the groceries really fast, which I liked, but she wasn't really into talking or connecting, and I was kind of cool with that. And I just kind of let it be quiet, and the only thing I said to her was, thanks for the speedy bagging. And she kind of looked at me and smiled, and she was kind of lit up a little bit, and that was that. I didn't need to connect with her in that way, or maybe I connected in just a moment. And that's that.
Question.
Yeah.
Can you feel good when you're sick?
Yes.
You when you were talking, this whole Marshall thing, it's a whole. I forgot to mention that they are trained. They're trained to engage the customer. I swear they say engage the customer, and especially Rebecca Norrington. So I walk in, there's people on the floor. Hi, how are you doing? There are at least 4 different salespeople on the floor. People asked me hi or said hi. Hi, how are you? Finding everything okay? And by the time I got to the register, I was ready to explode. But if anybody's listening to this, I mean, I'm telling you, but it still comes back to me because it's my vibration. It's my and really. So I can't accept that people have to do a job and they're trained to ask these questions. I mean, that's part of their job, and that bothers me. I mean, it bothers me because, and I give this example. If I just won the lottery and I just won $500 million, do you think I could walk into Marshall's and they would ask me 20 questions and I'd be answering every one of them with a smile?
Right.
So it really sucks that everything comes back to me, but it really does.
It's horrible.
It's the worst. And then I think that the universe gives me these people, and I keep going back to Marshall's. I keep going back to get tortured, and who knows? But comes back to even accepting my little program, you're a robot, same questions. I don't. And I said, I've even said this. Don't tell anybody. I've even said, you've asked me 3 questions. That's my limit. So I'm there with you, but this life it's really But to walk out of there, do I feel bad about myself? Do I feel bad about what I've said or my vibration? I'm telling you, I'm starting to accept all of me, not just when I'm connected me. I'm starting to accept all of me, all of it. All of it. And if I really wanted to warm up to these questions and warm up to these people, I could if I wanted to. I really could. Apparently, I just don't want to yet.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah. Or, I mean, for me, we talked about being embarrassed, too, and just saying what the fuck's going on. And with that girl at Trader Joe's, I wanted to be a robot too. She goes, how are you feeling today? And I really wanted to just end it and just be like, I'm feeling fine. Let's keep on with the groceries. And something clicked in me where I said, I'm not okay. I'm not okay right now, lady. And that's what's going on. You asked me. And something is cool about that. Something is really cool. And I talked. That
is really a funny response. I love that response.
Yeah, I mean, definitely how I felt in that moment. And I talked about not wanting to share when I'm crying, not wanting to share when I'm sad, mad. I don't want to. Well, I don't want to say I don't want to, but there has been moments where I'm feeling that stuff, and I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to call you. I don't want to call anybody. I'm not going to go to a meeting. I'm not going to tell the students in class. But the thing that I think would have helped me, I'm thinking of that one story when I taught, and I'm getting upset at the room, like, oh, the energy's low in here. Energy's low, I said. Everybody do 50 jumping jacks. Energy's low. And then now they're doing jumping jacks. They're doing push-ups. Hold it. 10 more seconds. Hold it. And they're looking at like, what the fuck's going on?
What's your problem?
In that moment, yeah, right? And in that moment, if I were to do that again, I would come in and say, I would just have a moment of acknowledgement, either to myself or maybe even to them. I'm feeling, I don't know what's up, but I'm fucked up. Now let's do 50 jumping jacks. So it's already, now it's on me. It's not on my students. It's on me. And you guys there might be 25 people, everyone in class feeling so good, and I'm the one person that doesn't feel good, but you know what? Then I'll just be that one person that doesn't feel good. And I'm not going to feel bad about not feeling good, but that's what's up. I don't want to be the one person that's in a bad mood if everyone else is in a good mood, but okay. That's what's
Why
up.
not?
So, why not? Sounds great to me.
No, so my
oh, you said
my
why not?
teachings.
Oh.
Yeah, why not? You don't want to be the only one feels bad when everybody feels
program.
Good.
That's a program. Because I'm programmed.
Oh my God! See, yeah, line it up. My shoulders line it. My shoulders are down. Let me tell you something. So when I teach, I've been teaching forever. I could walk you in right away. My problems are your problems. Or I had Carl's yesterday, and I had French fries, and I had whatever I did, and you all are paying for it. And I even make them say it. My problems are, and I put my hand to my ear. What? They all knew it. Oh, yeah.
Fun, though.
My problems are, what? Our problems. That's right.
That's so fun.
Yeah, I did it all the time. That's one of my signature lines.
Yeah.
Full disclosure here. Well, at least full disclosure with that.
I
have a problem. You're gonna have a problem. Well, we didn't have the we didn't have the cookies. We didn't have the and Girl Scout cookies. Oh, bad news! I got good news and bad news for you people. I said the bad news. I ate a whole box of Girl Scout cookies. What's the good news, Rebecca? Oh, there is no good news.
That's so funny.
Oh, yes. Come on. I'm a legend.
Yeah. One of my favorite things going to your class is that everyone talking back, and it's so funny. Everyone's just kind of jamming.
Talking to you?
No, to you. I'm talking about your class. I mean, they do a little bit in my class, but a lot more in your class. My class, everyone's afraid to talk.
Well, they're afraid to talk
it's getting
now,
better,
but
though.
they're not.
It's
I wouldn't be
better.
afraid to talk. Well, I've taken your class. I guess I was a little afraid to talk.
Exactly.
Definitely afraid to leave.
Yeah, no, don't leave and don't talk, and you better be focused. But no, it's gotten better. It's gotten better over time, you know.
Oh my God! So let me talk about teaching classes, and let me just say this one thing, because you were talking about the other day when somebody was in your class, or two people were in your class, and they weren't quote unquote into it like you wanted them to be.
Oh my God! Yes, try not to remind. Yes, please.
So the whole thing is, and I don't know how this is going to sound. I don't care. The class is for you. When you focus on anybody else and what they're doing, how do you know that they're not into it? Maybe they're into it as much as they can be into it. They're probably, that's as much as they can give. They're doing the best they can. But honestly, all my classes, I taught classes for myself. I taught classes because I was too lazy to go to the gym and work out. So I taught classes for me, and if people got something out of it, great. If they didn't, that's okay too. I don't know.
That's pretty big. No, that's pretty big. Go, yeah.
Yeah, you do it. You're doing it for your workout. You're doing it for your stretching. You're doing it for you, for your body, for all you. And when you do it for you, you're going to have people talking. You're going to have people having more fun, because you're going to be having more fun, because you're not concerned about anybody else. It's not for these people. Right. They definitely benefit, but what do they benefit from? Do they benefit, my description was, your class is fun. People like to come to my class because it's fun. They just, this is the best work I've ever had. And of course, sometimes it would be, but it's fun. That's all I got. You said people are scared.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's so interesting. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go back to the neutral thing. I think there's a lot of things that come from a class, or at least come from my class, or at least come from the way I like to be when I'm in a class, the way I like to be in it, whether I'm teaching or I'm taking. And some of that is fun, but I ain't here to entertain you. You know what I mean? This isn't like let's say the TV show. This is a class. So, I'm here to do I like a mixture of things. And every day is definitely different. Some days are more goofy and I'm all over the place. And other days I'm really into the sequence. Some days I'm into being one-on-one with people. I'll come over here, and some days I don't. So it is different, I think, what's offered and what I like to do in that class at that time. And I do try to honor that. And don't come to my class if you just want to have a party for an hour. You're in the wrong room.
Well, wait a minute. That's so funny. Well, wait a minute. You think I'm being entertaining for these people?
Oh, okay.
No, I'm entertaining myself. I'm sitting in a teaching a spinning class. All you're doing is on a bike. I got to do something to entertain myself.
Yes.
I'm not entertaining. Yeah.
So when you say entertaining, now can we just talk about vibes, since we're always talking about vibration? So what are we even really talking about?
Singing, just being light, just being light, very light.
Lightening the vibe.
Yeah, just very, very. I don't take teaching seriously at all.
So can you say that in vibrational language?
Vibrational language. I don't know how to do it, but I'm really myself. I am all myself. If I want to be goofy, I'm just so me. I'm so me. But I don't know what vibration that is, but I would assume being myself is, two thumbs up.
Right, yeah.
But
yeah,
I'm just knowing I don't have an agenda other than just to. I've walked in a cycling class. Was the hardest class for me to teach, but walked in and tired and this is a question. So when I teach a class, I put on music that I like. I don't put on music for anybody else. I put on music that's going to motivate me. I'm in this new area, and a lot of people like country, and they're talking about, you like country music. Well, you're not going to get country music if you take my class. I'm not into country music. I might be into country music. I'm not into. No. I like top 40 when I'm teaching my classes. I always have. So I don't care if you're 95, you're going to be hearing, the latest from Cardi B. I'm just, that's just it. I'm not putting on music for them. So it's never for them. It's always for me. And and from what my history and all of my feedback is, is memorable. For me, what's the most important? For me, I always said this, memories. I know I'm memorable, to say the least. And, that's just that. I had a guy text me from LA Fitness last month. I miss you're not my class.
Yeah.
So, and that's not ego. Anyway, I just So it's interesting when you're doing it for somebody else, whatever it is. For me, that's just always a 1 foot already getting ready to get blown off.
Yeah, I'll just jump in here if you don't mind.
Please.
It doesn't matter who I'm doing it for, what song I'm playing. It still just is going to go back to that vibe. So if I'm playing Rihanna every day and all of a sudden I don't feel good playing Rihanna, then I need to not play Rihanna. Or if I'm playing country music, I just love bringing it back to the vibe because it's always changing, and it doesn't even matter who I'm doing it for, what song I'm playing. It's like a outer layer of the real thing that's going on. And there are days that I do feel like doing the chatting thing and what's going on with you, and then other days I just don't feel like that. And just honoring whatever that is. There's a thing you can do at the end of yoga where you kind of go around and push on their shoulders when they're on their back, or you push on their feet. And some days I feel like doing it for them, and other days I just don't. And they're both cool.
Do you still do it if you don't feel like doing it?
There are times, yes. But I can feel it, and then I stop. Or if I'm just standing
so I understand what you mean when you're talking about vibe now.
The vibe, yeah. It doesn't even matter if it's for them or me or whoever it's for. It's not even relevant. It still goes back to the vibe.
Oh, well, this has been... What?
Yeah, sorry. Just with gifts, it's just I like gifts a lot because we have so many holidays and birthdays and Christmas, all this stuff, gifts, happy birthday. And there are times it feels like good to give a gift, and there are times it feels not good to give a gift. I know that too.
Well, it sounds like you're just talking about following your inspiration, what you're inspired to do. You're inspired not to talk. You're inspired to give. Hand up in the air. And I used to just, it's a holiday, so I have to do this, follow the program. But no, if I'm not inspired to, Ooh, good stuff.
Are there any people listening right now? Or anyone in our queue?
In the queue? Nobody's in the queue right now. There were some people in the queue earlier. There were about 6 people in the queue earlier. And then, but nobody said they wanted to chat. But there's nobody in the queue now.
All right.
So anyway, this has been an hour and 15 minutes of yakking.
Yeah. Well,
so
thank you for having me today. Yeah, what did we learn today? Well, we talked about the first thing, a couple of things you talked about were gratitude and practicing the pressure to be grateful or whatever, pressure to practice.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with that?
Yeah, no, I'm not practicing anything. I'm just if I'm inspired to, no. If I'm inspired, if I feel grateful in a moment, I do, and if I don't, I don't, because I'm everything. I'm grateful.
You said you're
sometimes,
everything.
And I'm not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm everything. I'm all of it.
Talked about small talk. We like the word neutral. Something about that word.
I love the word neutral. Yes.
Oh, you said you were kind of hit with the I had this platform, now I have this platform.
No, yeah, you're talking about your beliefs or it just seems like, it's just a change of clothes. You've been wearing these clothes and now you're changing your clothes and you're just it's just being able to be open to change, being able to be open to growth, whatever those words, change, growth, no more consciousness. I don't know who you are, though, Mr. Nathan. I don't know who you are, but you're not the same person I remember that I spat out before.
I know.
And it's a concentrated. It's on full speed. It feels like it's on full speed.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
And it's a perfect gift for perfect gift. Now I'm talking perfect gift for you on your birthday month.
No, it's true. No, it's true. I'm just going to hit you with that February thing. Can I just take like 10 seconds to find it on my phone? Because I meant to give this to you yesterday. I'm all into it. I don't know whether it's true or not, but I'm going to go with it. I saved so many little quotes.
Are they my quotes?
Some of them. Oh, here we go. This is not even a quote. Someone just decided to write this, and I'm choosing to believe it. It says, February is going to be ridiculously successful and fun.
Ooh, success and fun.
I'm into that.
Me too.
It didn't say February 3rd. It didn't say February 16th. It says all February. So I'm all day, every day over here. I'm into it. I'm buying it.
Okay, so I have a question.
All right. Uh-oh, I think I know what you're going to ask.
Define what is your definition of success?
Oh, that's good. I didn't even think you were going to ask it like that. Okay. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah. Okay, we know fun, but then ridiculous successful. Okay, that's so good. I'm just going to tie it back into connecting because that was a word of the day. So I'll just say successful to me is connecting with what's happening for me in the moment. That feels successful to me. Is really connecting to that moment-to-moment vibe from me, in me, coming out of me, coming into me.
More.
Yeah. More.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Connecting. Okay, connecting. Mean? So what is your vibe? So I get the connecting. We're connecting. So how's the feeling? The feeling.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. What's the feeling? I guess I got to bring it back to where. I got to bring it back to my word of the year so far, which is authenticity. So connecting to that, because sometimes I am up, down, all around, and I do feel successful when there's an acknowledgement of that. And it is down. Yeah. I mean, I guess I have to say, to be honest, I do think of success as things actually happening, like cool things happening. I do think that.
Program.
Right. That's the program. Yeah, no, I can see the trap there. Yeah, honestly, I'm really trapped no matter what. I really have to just go back to the vibe. So successful to me means really feeling out my current vibe and acknowledging that. And I'm just going to say it, but expecting to move towards wherever I'm at, but expecting to move towards neutrality and or gratitude. That's successful to me. That's how I define it. The more I'm moving towards neutrality and gratitude, I feel like that's the feeling of success. Moving there from where I'm at. So it's like a two-step process.
Okay, I have another question for you because we didn't even cover this, but it was a really good. We talked about it really quick yesterday, and if people aren't listening, they're not listening. But this is a question because you mentioned that me and Dad really fucked you up with the "you're going to be great, you're going to be great, you're going to be great," and I really would like you to expand on that because that was really fascinating.
Yes. Okay. So this goes into You said
you needed to drop that programming.
I did. I needed to drop it because, and I have a thing I wrote down for you today, just this morning. Is it body, mind? Damn, it's so good. Okay, so basically just waiting to be something that I see myself in the future, waiting to have something big, a big goal, and if I don't have that, then I'm just waiting to feel good until I think I get that. And it's like I see the top of the staircase and I'm trying to jump 10 steps instead of taking the next step. And the next step feels comfortable, it feels easy, it feels inspired, it feels right. I just have this analogy. Tell me if you think this is a good one. But I'm learning Japanese. I think I told you on my phone. There's like an app to learn different languages. Mm-hmm. And it's when I say I'm learning Japanese, I'm not learning Japanese. I mean, they show different letters. I don't even know what the fuck you call them. Symbols. They represent letters and sounds. It's really complicated. So I know if I keep doing this and I'm alive in 5 years, and I keep doing this for 5 years, I will know. Let's just say I learned the entire language, so I can predict that I would know Japanese in 5 years. But the trick is, right now, I only know what I know right now. So if I keep thinking about, in 5 years I'll know this language, in 5 years I can't wait to know it, in 5 years I can't wait to be fluent, and I just keep focusing on that, and I keep focusing on what I don't have, and this huge leap from where I'm actually at, and I'm not even enjoying, and I'm upset because I'm at such a beginner stage of this, eating humble pie, so new in the journey. I'm not going to feel good the whole way getting there. But I just have to accept that I'm really new at this and hopefully have some fun at the new stage of learning it, and feel my vibe when I'm a little bit more, and feel my vibe when I'm a little bit more. As Abraham says, he's getting ready to get ready to get ready. And to get ready. It's the same thing, but if I'm like, I'm going to know Japanese, I can't wait. But even though it feels nice to think that for a little bit, if I'm not having fun learning it, then there's something is up. If I'm not enjoying the sit down of the meditation, something's up. How did that go off?
That's why my favorite quote with Abraham is, "You cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey."
Yeah. Yeah, you've been saying that for a long time too, at the beginning.
But what you're talking about, what you're talking about, I don't care what. There's so many people out there that are quote unquote the world says successful, but there's when they get to wherever they want to be, and there's this is it. It's really about being, what you just said, being satisfied in the moment, and it's not about tomorrow. It's about the satisfaction today. Can I be satisfied in this moment, whatever it looks like? Can I accept this moment, whatever it looks like? I mean, that's just it. And tomorrow, whatever. But today, this moment, can I be happy in this moment? Even feeling ungrateful, can I be happy and feeling ungrateful? See?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good stuff, Nathan. Really good stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Learning Japanese, I don't know, it's too much work for me.
Yeah.
But when we go to Japan and we go to that restaurant that I saw, you can be the interpreter.
The ambassador, yeah.
Ambassador.
Well, we'll see, because I stopped having fun learning Japanese about a week ago.
Well, listen, if it ain't fun, I ain't doing it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to try to bust an atom. No.
Yeah.
60 seconds for Reality Spirituality. Okay, well, let me sign off. That's the end of the show. Thank you all for listening to Reality Spirituality, the truth about happiness. Reality Spirituality is heard every Sunday morning, Pacific Standard Time, in the a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. My website is RebeccaNorrington.com. Follow me on Twitter at RLNorrington. My Instagram handle is Reality Spirituality. Reality Spirituality is on Facebook. Go to Facebook and like Reality Spirituality. And my dear audience, I just want to say, I want to thank you for listening, and I want to just add that you are always changing, you're always evolving, you're always growing. Be kind, be patient with yourself, be accepting of yourself, be your own best friend. Remember, you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. Reality Spirituality. Thanks for listening.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Reality, spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Reality, spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Reality, spirituality. Oh, now we getting real. Getting real.